missed opportunities. I mean, that's the bottom line. First of all, you can't turn the ball over, which we did. And if you lose the turnover battle like that, you're going to get beat. That's the truth of the matter.
How did you feel Sam handled?
Well, I thought he handled some of the moments pretty well, and I thought there was other ones that he probably could have done something different. We're going to get an opportunity to evaluate everything, evaluate what we're doing, make sure it's the right thing first and foremost, and then secondly, we'll evaluate how we thought the players did.
Obviously, you also look at the tape for the offensive line and where the 9 sacks sort of origin came, but what was going on there? It seemed like he was just under pressure the whole time.
Well, I think there's a certain point where when you get to pin your ears back, it gets tough. It gets tough. It really does. And, you'd like to be able to handle some of those things a little bit better, obviously, and we'll get an opportunity to evaluate it all.
And now, on the other side, Josh Howell, it seemed like, especially on 3rd down early on, was able to find ways to make plays.
Yes, and again, it goes to rush discipline, being in our rush gaps. It's one of the things that we knew we had to do coming in, that was contain him, keep him in the pocket. I thought early on we were doing a great job in coverage, and unfortunately, because of that, he was able to tuck the ball and, avoid the pass rush.
Ron, back to the sacks a little bit. 9 sacks today, 19 sacks over 3 games. How is something like that corrected?
Well, you got to learn from it, okay? That's how it's going to get corrected. If you don't learn from it, it's going to happen again. So we'll coach it up, we'll try and learn from it, and we'll see what happens.
The messaging after the game, obviously not the result you wanted.
Nope.
What do you tell the players, and how do you bounce back?
Well, tell them it's football. That's just the way it is. And then you got to learn from it. And what you really be judged on is how you handle what happened today. Did we learn from it? Did we get better? Did we improve? Did we do the things that give ourselves a chance to win next week?
Ron, do you think maybe stick with the run a little bit more, especially early on with Sam?
Well, we'll see. Again, sometimes it's about the flow. I mean, we got the ball all the way down into the red zone a couple of times in the first half. Can't turn it over, and that's the unfortunate part.
This being his 4th start, how much of this is defense starting to figure out some of his tendencies maybe, or
well,
more about him?
I'm not sure if that's really what happened as much as that's a very good football team. That team's been in the AFC Championship probably, 3 out of the last 4 years, so it's a pretty good defensive unit that we played against today. And, when we had opportunities to make plays, you got to make plays. You got to score points. That way they can't do certain things against you and kind of dictate yourself. We didn't do that. I mean, that falls directly on us more so than anything else. They played a heck of a football game. I'm giving them all the credit in the world. But if we do some of the things that we're capable of, put some points on the board when we get a chance to, it's a different situation, set of circumstances. But I know that's all what if, but that's the truth of the matter from my perspective.
Have you had a chance to talk with Sam directly?
Just a little bit. Had an opportunity to address the whole team. And, we'll have an opportunity to talk to Sam and try and, just talk a little bit and just realize that that's going to happen.
I think you went up to him after that pick 6. Why was it important to talk to him in that moment? Did you ever think about taking him out?
No. Well, the thing you think about is, do we take him out to protect him, or do we leave him in so he can continue to learn and grow, And, we want to see him handle this. We want to see him do the things that he's capable of. And, there's a certain point that probably protect him probably would have been the next step.
What's that discussion like? Is that solely a decision, or is that you talking to him?
No, it's me talking to EB, and seeing how he feels about what we're doing as well. I mean, this has to be a collaborative decision. I thought, when he started to move the ball in that last drive, you felt, okay, he's settling in a little bit. He's still learning. He's a young guy, and he's got to play. And that's really what it comes down to, is him learning and growing and getting better.
We talked a lot about this being a measuring stick, so what do you kind of take away from something like that?
Well, when you play good teams like that, first of all, you can't turn the ball over. When you get yourself in scoring position, you got to put points on the board, and we didn't do that. As I said, because when the score is different early on, it dictates the game a little differently. They were able to continue to gain on us and score on us, and when you can pin your ears back on defense, it's a whole different ballgame.
Were you surprised at this result?
Now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's hindsight. I mean, what I was surprised was we didn't do anything better in the first half. I was disappointed. I thought we had some opportunities, we had some chances that we didn't capitalize on. I mean, there are 4 direct opportunities when you get the ball down into scoring position twice in the first half. You should score. You got to score. And then when you got the chance to take the ball away twice in the first half, you got to take it away. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter, and we didn't do that. Could we have called some different things on offense, defense? We could have. but, we'll take a good long look at it, and we're all culpable. And that's what I told the guys in there. We're all culpable. We're going to look at what we did and how we did it. We're going to look at why we did what we did, and we'll figure out if we're giving them the best opportunity.
Coach, I think there was a moment in the late third quarter when you've been pressured on like 79% of dropbacks, just like the highest in the league this season at that point. Do you worry at all like a 9-sack game like this that a young quarterback starts playing a little differently if he's getting hits? And I know they're not all on the line. Some might be him, but then he starts playing differently if he's getting hit tackled so much.
Well, I think part of it is, those things happen. It's going to happen in games, and when you get into real close games, he may get hit a little bit too. But, he's got to learn. I mean, we've got to give him opportunities, and we've got to be able to see if he can grow and develop.
Do you when you go to a young quarterback like you did with him, do you kind of bake in a couple like this where you say, hey,
Yes.
he's got a leash where he's going to have some stinkers?
It's football. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, there aren't a lot of guys that are going to go out there and always have success. I mean, you got to learn and grow, and you learn from the losses as well as you're learning from the wins, and that's what we just got to stick to it.
Last one.
Ron, there's been nothing but positivity the last 6 weeks. What will you be looking for from your guys this next week?
It's a great question. It's exactly what I told them in there. It's how are we going to react? How are we going to handle it? That's what I'm looking for now. Now we got to find out just how tough we really are. Are we mentally tough? Are we physically tough enough to get through it? When you're winning, it masks a lot of things. The bare truth is out there right now. We know exactly, based on the tape, what happened, and we'll be able to sit down and talk and get it corrected, I believe. I believe if we approach it the right way, we give ourselves an opportunity going forward, and that's what we're going to find out, Dave. We're going to find out just how good we are, how tough we are.
All right, start us off.
Overall thoughts about today and how it went for you after that game?
Yeah, just gotta be better. There's a lot of things. Obviously it starts with me, and I gotta take better care of the football and do a better job. Just lead my offense. Obviously a lot of things didn't go right today, and it starts with me. But the good thing is the sun will come up tomorrow. Another opportunity to get better and go to work, and we have a lot of stuff we can get better at. So we're excited to go back and get better, but we got to play better, and it starts with me.
Sam, when you go back, and obviously you probably want to watch the film again before you really know, but just initial thoughts, what did go wrong? What were some of the issues that you felt like you were having that maybe weren't there in the first couple of games?
Yeah, just the turnovers. I just think there were some situations where I was trying to get the ball out of my hands and trying to avoid a negative play, and I just kind of forced something. It wasn't a good decision. But yeah, I mean, it's all those bad plays. I'll definitely learn from it, and I'll be better from it.
And then with the sacks and all that, for your role in that, what did you feel maybe was going on?
Yeah, it was tough, especially when you get in a situation where you're down a few touchdowns at the end of the game, and they know we're in a passing situation, so it's kind of they have the advantage as far as the pass rush goes. But I mean, I got to do a better job, and I think we can do some things better and try to limit the sacks. But yeah, that's definitely something we need to clean up.
Hey Sam, obviously a tough loss, but what are some things off the bat that you liked and that you want to build on moving forward now?
It's hard to say right now. I mean, I think we did some good things the first 2 weeks of the season, and I think early on in this game we were moving the ball. We got in the red zone a couple times, but we just got to be able to finish those drives. But we know the caliber offense that we can be, and the type of team that we can be. We just got to put it together and just try to play good football each and every week. And if you don't, and you play a good team like Buffalo, credit them. They played a good game, and we played about as bad as we could play, and that's what happens.
Sam, I know everybody says that you just flush a game like this, but how difficult is it really to do that in real time?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reality of it is, you go back and you watch the film, and you don't just flush it. You watch the film, you try to learn from it, because that's the only way that you're going to get better. You can't just forget about it because it happened. So we'll go back and be hard on ourselves. I'll be hard on myself, and I hold myself to a very high standard, and I didn't play to that standard today. And so I'll go back and watch the film and look at ways that I can play better.
The pick right before halftime, what happened there?
Yeah, it was a miscommunication with protection. We had a free guy, and I knew he was, and I wasn't expecting him to be free. Obviously, and that's my fault. But and I was just trying to avoid the sack and just try to get it to the check down. But he did a good job covering the check down and made a good play. But yeah, I mean, I just gotta either just throw it in the dirt or throw it over his head.
This being your fourth start now, defenses have some film on you. Did you notice anything different that Buffalo was doing compared to in coverage compared to the first couple of games?
Not really. I think it was one of those things where, you know, they did what we thought they were going to do. They played their defense and they played the coverages that they've been playing. We just didn't execute today, and so we just got to do a better job moving forward.
Just generally, what was Ron's message to you after the game?
Yeah, I mean, he was positive, and obviously he was giving me advice and trying to, you know, give me little things here and there that he thinks I could do a better job of. But at the end of the day, just telling me that he believes in me and he supports me. So definitely super appreciative to not only him but all my teammates having my back.
Anything else? That was my question. Was as much as you try to take blame inside the locker room, they were taking a lot of blame. And I noticed as they walked out, they were talking to you saying, "Let's go to work." For Sam Howell to hear that from your teammates, how does that hit you?
Yeah, obviously it means everything. Just to know I have the support of those guys, and you know, I think at the end of the day, we all want to win, and we have a lot of really good players on this football team, and a lot of people that care so much about winning, and we hold ourselves to a high standard, and so everyone wants to do their part, and obviously I think it starts with me. I have a lot of stuff I can clean up, and I'm sure there's some other people that feel like they can get better as well. So we'll continue to work through those things, and we'll continue to have each other's back, and we'll continue to go through this together.
Take two more.
Sam, we hear the word trust a lot with offenses, specifically quarterbacks. You trust your receivers to be where they're supposed to be. You trust the line allows you to operate in a different way. Where are you in the process of not like emotionally trusting them, but physically feeling comfortable back in the pocket and trusting that the offense is going to click and operate the way it's supposed to?
Yeah, I have a lot of trust, and just because we didn't play good today doesn't mean I don't trust any of my teammates or EB calling the plays. I trust everybody, and I think we've done a lot of really good things in the off season and through training camp and through the preseason and the first 2 weeks of the season. So we're not just going to throw that all away. We have a lot of confidence every time we step out on the field, and we have a lot of confidence in EB, and we feel like he always gives us a good plan. We just got to do a better job executing, but we're not going to panic or anything like that. We're just going to try to get better.
Last one.
Ron said it was important to keep you waiting for the score got lopsided, get more reps, keep learning. Is there anything that stood out there, like late in the game, that you were able to learn or just be able to pick up?
Yeah, I mean, it was just good to, you know, get some completions, especially on that last drive, and just to move the ball a little bit. Just because it had been there was so many negative plays throughout the game, and everyone was kind of down. But you just got to, you know, you're gonna have days like that. That's just part of life. You're gonna get knocked down, and you just got to keep fighting. So I'm proud of our guys that, you know, came out there and we just kept fighting, no matter what the scoreboard was. And I think that shows a lot about the character of this team.